and then they saw me in a bra, and that was it.
What's going on, Pearl Jam nerds? You are listening to Single Podcast Theory. I'm Brad Lyons.
And I'm Brad Blazek.
Welcome to episode 18.
18.
Ba-boom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Benaroya Hall.
Mr. Benaroya. Yeah, man, it's going to be the Benaroya Hall. Or I always add an L at the end of that. It's like,
yeah, I do too. But I mean, I know it's wrong, but it just sounds...
Benaroya Hall.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that one, man. For me, it was funny reading some of the reviews for this show. I'd never read any reviews for the show, but some of the people talked about it being kind of, I don't know, almost boring or flat. And I was just like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, this is like, I know people have said, I'm not the first one to say this for sure, but it's kind of, if they got to redo Unplugged, this is what it is.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. That's exactly how I look at it.
And we'll get into the obvious. Well, there's too many songs to do it track by track, but we'll kind of. I've got some notes on or stats on the set list. Because there's some really rare ones on this set list. So.
Oh yeah,
super
totally.
Psyched. And part of that is I just wanted to give a shout out because I just realized the last few episodes I've been using it. But the I don't know if it's only on iOS, but the PJ Tracker app.
Stat Tracker?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's killer, man.
I love it. I've had it for a couple years now. And it's awesome because it's so ridiculous. I'll just be sitting there watching TV and I'll think of a song and be like, I wonder how many times that song's been played or not played or have I seen that song? How many times have I seen that song?
You just pull it up and it's right there.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, man. I definitely used it for tonight's episode because I was interested in how many times they've played some of these songs. Just because, especially since I definitely love the Boots and stuff, but I'm not anywhere as diehard of a listener's Boots as some of our listeners and you
right.
and you know.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. I'm no expert when it comes to them, but I do I do try to listen to a lot of them, but that's only come up in the last year or two because I got Apple Music and there's so many on there.
Yeah.
But I didn't like collect a whole bunch of them, when they started putting them out like in 2000. Since then, I've got a few from each tour.
Right.
But that's it. You know what I mean? I would see them in the store and pick them up at the time, but they don't really do that anymore. Now it's all online.
Right.
But yeah.
No, I definitely have memories of going to the Tower Records in Nashville when I lived there and going through and just picking them by set list. Like, there's not many recordings of that song or whatever.
I would always look at the opener. If it was Long Road, I'm like, I'm in.
Sure.
Yeah,
man.
But
all right, well, so we'll get more into the Benaroya Hall show in a minute, but we need to
or two.
Yeah, all right. We need to try and finish up the top 10 emails from last week. We just had too many and we didn't want to skip any. So we wanted to spread it out over a couple shows, which means, and we normally record on Sundays, the night or the day before the episodes come out. But this week we had to, because of scheduling, we had to do it on a Thursday. So, we haven't had as many possible emails come through about the Jeff episode yet. So this will give us the opportunity to kind of let those come in before we start reading those. So we're going to concentrate on the top 10s, finishing those out. Yeah. And again, if you guys want to reach us, the stuff. It's the email address is singlepodcasttheory@gmail.com. The handle for Instagram is at Single Podcast Theory. The handle for Twitter is at Pearl Jam Podcast. Then we've got Facebook, YouTube. We're on Reddit. Brad posts on Reddit and on the forums, so check that out. And now that that's out of the way, let's get back into the emails. Who wants to start?
I'll go first.
Okay. Brad Blazek raising his hand in the back of the classroom. I like it.
Hey, people seem to like us reading the emails. So
I'm really shocked by that. I kind of, you and I had conversations when we were first starting, like, man, especially once we realized we were getting lots of emails, like, these people are going to hate us for reading all this stuff. But there's a lot of people that, it seems like, anyway, they prefer that part of the show more than us talking about the topic.
No,
which I'm thankful for.
That gives me, it doesn't stress me out so much to read them every week on the show.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because I love reading each and every one of them.
Sure.
But I don't want people to get like, oh God, get on to, Benaroya Hall show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Skip.
Yeah,
right.
But fuck you. If you want to skip, go ahead. Skip through all this.
We won't know.
Yeah, how am I going to know? Don't listen. Fucking
are you
bastards.
all right, bud? Can we get back to the emails of our kind listeners? The people that actually take hours out of their week to download and listen to us ramble. Yeah, those people.
I'm having one of my classic snits.
I don't think I've heard,
as somebody put it.
I don't think I've heard anyone use the word snit in a very long time.
Dude, I haven't either, but when I read that email, I was dying. So
which one which one are you talking about?
That's I'm pretty sure that's the one you're gonna read.
Danny
that
B.
You're like, I'm fucking reading that one. I
Danny.
call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, dude, I was laughing, but we'll get into that. No, I love everybody. And listen however you want to listen, but we're gonna keep doing emails.
Hell
so
yeah.
I don't think anyone's complained, and I'm already yelling at them.
You just had a long day at work.
I did, dude.
You're a creature of habit.
We talked about it. I just got home.
You don't like change. You're used to doing this on a Sunday. You're feeling a little rushed, a little fatushed.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I didn't eat nothing today. Oh my God. All right.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we good?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. You tell me.
All right, I'm ready.
Should I start,
right.
or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Right.
I'm in it.
Here we go.
Pearl Jam.
All right.
Let's do this.
PJ, come on.
This is Australia's own Jason McIntyre.
Boom.
What's up, Blazing Lions? Another stellar performance last week. I thoroughly enjoyed both of your top 10s. I decided to take the unenviable task of compiling my own. The task becomes near impossible when these songs are like your children. So if I can stay with this analogy, if I was going on holiday and the minivan will only take 10 kids, these are the ones coming.
Nice.
I love it. Kevin's staying home alone. All right. Number 10, Inside Job. Number 9, Smile. Number 8, Present Tense. Number 7, Just Breathe. Number 6, Hail Hail. Number 5, Immortality. Number 4, Indifference. Number 3, Rearview Mirror. Number 2, Alive. And number 1, Riding Shotgun with me up in the front, Black.
Boom.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. That's a great list, though.
I love hearing Inside Job in there.
Yeah. He says some of the kids who had their bags packed but didn't get the nod would be Off He Goes, Gone, Release, Force of Nature, You Are, and Wishlist. Cheers, guys. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, Jace.
Right on, man.
Very cool.
Thanks, Jace. All right. Let's get to our good friend, Kate. What's up, Kate? This is Kate Cotton. And Kate, I got your email. I'm gonna be emailing you about the pedals. So just give me a couple days. Let's see here. Kate starts with "Good day, Brads." She's not.
Good day, mate.
She's not Australian, and neither are you, evidently.
How can you tell?
Actually, it's actually not bad, man. I don't think I don't. Good day, mate. Was that okay?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, all right. Oh, no, I'm not.
I thought I would have got more shit from, because we have, seems like, quite a few listeners that are Australian. But, I mean,
We do have quite a few, actually. Australia is
Yeah.
pretty high up on the list of
yeah.
locations. So, all right, back to Kate.
We have a lot of listeners that come from the land down under.
Oh man, I knew when you interrupted me just now that something was coming. Oh God, you know that you just caused me more work because now I have to edit a little bit of that song into the episode. Oh man, I think this is the hardest I've ever heard you laugh. Man, you really got to let it go from work today, huh? I dig
it was
it,
pretty
man.
crazy.
This is cathartic. Okay, let's try this
right,
again.
Kate.
Back to Kate. I can imagine you are inundated with responses this week. This topic is so fun. I was so excited about it, and I can't wait to hear what some other listeners' top songs are. I've mentally created a top 5 over the last few months, and that's on lockdown. There's no touching that list, at least for now. Actually, I think making a top 5 is easier than stretching it out to 10. So when I sat down to make my list, I thought it was going to be the hardest thing ever. But then I did it, and I realized it wasn't so hard. But then I kept looking at it and going back and adding and deleting and adding again, and my head started spinning. And then I thought I finally had it down, but then I listened to this episode and it made me rethink everything. Lol. So yeah, it did end up being the hardest thing ever. Actually, it was the ordering of the songs that made it the hardest. I've never done that before. It was a special kind of painful. Anyway, here's my top 10. Start from number 10, Unthought Known. Number 9, Insignificance. Number 8, Corduroy. Number 7, Release. Number 6, Present Tense. Number 5, State of Love and Trust, Rule Breaker. Number 4, Rearview Mirror. Number 3, Given to Fly. Number 2, Black. And number 1, I Got Id. Another rule breaker. But I don't care. I'm just giving you a hard time. Because if these weren't, or our list anyway, we're kind of just restricted to just the studio albums. But it's funny, man. This is another list that I feel very close to. I love this list.
Oh, yeah.
Just personally, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I Got Id. That's if we ever did top 10 all time, like my favorite all time song, I Got Id is.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be hard for me not to put that up on.
Dude,
on
and that's
first.
one of the things.
I mean,
making the top 10 list the way you and I did it was hard enough.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
then,
that's what. Yeah.
But like, if I had access to these other songs.
Yeah. Well, Breath, Breathe, Breath. How do you say that?
Breath, State of Love and Trust, I Got Id, Hard to Imagine, Fatal.
Yeah. Alone.
Yeah, dude. Those are some of my forget what list they're on. Those are like some of my all-time favorite Pearl Jam songs, and they're B-sides. So
yeah,
we definitely got to do a B-sides / Lost Dogs kind of list here in the future.
And I think actually Kate, I don't know, she might have emailed us and said that she wrote this list before the episode came out, because we like posted it before we were going to do it. So
yeah. Well, and she just goes on to kind of explain that a little bit. She says, I included some non-studio track songs because I made the list before realizing that's what you guys were doing. Plus, like I said, my top 5 is unbreakable, and I can't take the 2 non-studios out for the sake of following the rules. I've never connected more to a song than I do I Got Id. It's incredible. When I first heard it, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Did I write this song? Because I swear it came from inside my head. And although I Got Id is my favorite Pearl Jam song, Black is my favorite song of all time across all music. And she says all caps, Blazer, you have redeemed yourself with this one being in your number 1 spot.
Because Mankind.
Right. Yes. I have such a personal connection to that song. In fact, it's the song that sucked me straight down into the PJ vortex. I actually wrote my story about that moment, which I'll share with you guys eventually. Given to Fly is just so fucking good. It makes me feel outside of myself every time I listen to it. It still gives me the goosey pimples. I've never heard goosey pimples before. That's pretty awesome. And man, I think I listened back to our top 10 episode. I usually give it a listen on the ride home to make sure I didn't screw up something in the edit or the mix or whatever. And I think that was what she just said is kind of what I was trying to say about In My Tree, Given to Fly. Oh, there's another one that I put in that category. I can't remember, but that are just kind of like, it gives you this kind of transcendent feeling, like bigger than life kind of feeling, you know? So I can totally jam with her on that. I can never listen to it quietly either. I got a tattoo honoring this song after I read this quote from Eddie. I love this quote. And it's talking about Given to Fly. The music almost gives you this feeling of flight, and I really love singing the part at the end, which is all about rising above anybody's comments about what you do and still giving your love away, you know, not becoming bitter and reclusive, not condemning the whole world because of the actions of a few. It's a great quote.
Definitely.
I love the positive message that can be taken away from this song, and it's a philosophy I try to live my everyday by, especially days like today when it seems like a lot more people than usual are doing shitty things. Rearview Mirror I love for the same reasons as Blazer. It's a personal anthem for me to remind myself that this shitty thing that happened to me is in the past and I'm so much better off now. It's so powerful and cathartic. I got lost. I don't sing along to this song. I scream along to it. In present tense, Lions, you took the words right out of my mouth. I feel like I'm, oh my God. Sorry.
Come on, man. Keep up.
Sorry. Oh God.
I feel like I'm constantly living my life ahead of myself.
Where are you? How did I get so lost?
I don't know.
Here we
she's
go.
from New York, right?
I feel, yeah.
Can you read it in a New York voice?
No.
Oh, I feel like I'm constantly living my life
Oh God.
ahead of myself.
You can't do it either.
I know. I'm terrible.
Okay, I'm back on point. I've got my finger where I need it to be. Okay. I feel like I'm constantly living my life ahead of myself or behind, and I always need to tell myself, just fucking be. I'm trying to practice more mindfulness on a daily basis, and it's hard, but it makes life better. Taking a moment to look up at the sky and let it blow you away. Waiting online somewhere and using that time to observe and digest the bustling surroundings instead of burying your head in your phone. I totally agree with both of those things, especially the phone thing. Taking a deep breath of fresh air and being grateful that you have the fresh air to fill your lungs. Just fucking live in the present tense, man. The past and the future don't exist anyway. I hope I didn't get too rambly. Not at all. These are the ones I really wanted to take the time to explain my personal connection. I think the rest on my list are pretty self-explanatory. I really enjoyed listening to you guys explain your list. This might be my favorite episode so far. If you're interested, I'm attaching my song ranking spreadsheet in all of its color-coded glory. That's awesome. Hope all is well, guys. Never mind. She went to I asked her for some video. She's going to see a Red Hot Chili Peppers and a Pearl Jam cover band. Let's see here. And she says, P.S. If I had to remove the non-studio album songs, I guess everything on that list would just move up a spot, and it would be number 9, Trimmer Christ, and number 10, Brain of J. Hell yeah. Kate loves the rock and roll, man.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Kate. Appreciate it. As always.
Stay emo, Kate.
Yeah, that's right. Emo Kate. All right, who you got next?
All right, it's another Jason, but Jason McWilliams. He's not from Australia.
Okay.
Hey, Brads. Brand new listener here. Stumbled upon your podcast by accident, and I'm so glad I did. You guys have a great chemistry together, and it's always awesome to hear people talk about Pearl Jam. I started listening to the top 10 songs episode, and have been working my way back ever since. I wanted to share with you my top 10. I love people that are just catching on to it now.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. That's kind of cool. It makes me want to go back and listen to the first few.
Ooh, I don't know if I can do it, man.
Yeah.
Just because I know that we've gotten more comfortable with it, and we're starting to figure out the ways we want to produce the show as far as like clips and stuff like that. And
yeah.
it's just amazing to me that it feels weird to say this, but there must be something to it in the sense that those first episodes are just literally us talking for 2.5 hours. You know, there's nothing else to kind of keep your attention going. Yeah. So that's pretty cool to hear.
And it's like, I mean, literally our first few conversations in life.
That's very true.
Like we talked a couple times on the phone and that was it,
and
man.
Boom. And they weren't even really long conversations. And I was actually thinking about that. Like how rare is it that you have a new friend where literally your first conversations are documented. Yeah. And not only documented, shared with thousands of people. Right. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, man. Now you're freaking me out.
I know, right? All right.
But, like, I feel like I'm still, like, nervous inside, but I feel a little more comfortable, like, talking like my normal self.
Sure.
But when I listen to the first few, I feel like I'm trying to do, like, radio voice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's just like I can't listen to those.
You're good, man.
So, all right.
Okay.
Back to the emails.
Who is it?
We're still
I forgot the name because we went Jason. Okay, cool.
Jason number 8.
Yeah.
He said, so he's been working his way back to the other ones. I wanted to share with you my top 10. It was so hard to narrow it down to just 10 songs. I'm pretty sure if you asked me to do it again, I could list a completely different 10. Me too. So he says, Unthought Known, number 10. Number 9, Present Tense. Number 8, Immortality. Number 7, Red Mosquito. I love seeing Red Mosquito on there.
Yep.
Number 6, Light Years. Number 5, Brain of J. Number 4, Breaker Fall. Number 3, Release. Number 2, Sometimes. And number 1, All or None. He says that slow burn and the musical arrangements has such a great feel.
Hell yeah.
So, your new loyal listener, Jason McWilliams. Thank you, Jason.
Thanks so much, Jason.
I don't know where he's from.
We'll figure it out.
But it's not Australia. It's not Australia.
Yeah, thank God. Not all of the Jasons are from Australia. But seriously, man, like I've said to some people when I replied to first-time emailers, thanks for not only listening to the show, but actually taking the time to actually sit down and write something in to share not only with us, but the rest of the listeners. So, yeah, really appreciate that. All right, here we go. I should have rehearsed this one because I don't want to fuck it up, but I'm probably going to. This is from Danny B, our good friend from Buffalo. And
what's Danny have to say?
Well, this is what Danny has to say. He says, B&B Experience. Another great show, boys. Well done. I tried researching the pronunciation for Ament online, but now I'm more confused than ever. By the way, wasn't it Barker that emailed and said it's like amen with a T?
Yeah, but now I just say amen tea.
Amen tea? A tea flavor?
Jeff amen tea. Yeah. That's what I got from Jason Barker.
Okay, cool.
But I do know that Eddie calls him Jeff Ament.
Oh, really?
On the Benaroya Hall show.
Oh, yeah.
That stuck out to me. So I don't know.
Who knows?
But I like amen tea.
I like it too. I'm going to stick with that for now.
Just all right. the Catholic in me is like amen. Amen. Plus, yeah, that doesn't even. He doesn't even. How do you say it? Like he said it's amen -t, right? Like amen,
right?
But people say amen, like amen.
That's
so
true.
It could be amen.
That's true. Oh God, I can't deal with this anymore. All right, back to Danny B. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Jeff A.
Sorry, Danny.
Regardless, I now have a deeper appreciation for Jeff than ever before, and my love for PJ grows with each passing podcast. I enjoy hearing my fellow nerds' emails on pod reviews and top 10 lists. The camaraderie Lion Man and Blazer share makes me literally laugh out loud. My vision of the future is Sunday, November 8th, 2021. It's daylight savings time, and Brad B wakes up in his usual DST snit. Yeah, okay. I gotta get
Go
through
on,
this.
don't
All
get me started.
He goes into work and sees all the extra deliveries crammed into the day because of that damned extra hour. Curses, he thinks to himself. He's out and about making his deliveries, getting more pissed off at those that smile and seem happy. Don't these people don't these people understand how screwed up this time change is? He wonders aloud. Finally, he punches the time clock and heads home. There, in his dumbfounded state, he scratches his wife's chin and kisses the dogs. He settles in on the couch to chill and watch his favorite TV show. Instead, in its place, because of motherfucking daylight savings time, is The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. He looks up with his arms reaching skyward and his mouth agape and screaming, "Ah!" Just as his head is about to explode, he wakes up to his wife saying, "Your podcast buddy is linked up and ready for the 250th pod about album number 12, Monkey Wrenched." Realizing it was all a dream and he had actually slept straight through daylight savings time, he grabs his scribbled notes just in time to say, "And this is Brad Blazik," thinking to himself contentedly, "I like how that sounds." Oh, this makes me so happy.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was
This is like one of the best creative writing experiments I've read in
I
a while.
love it, dude. He totally nailed it.
So good, man. And I love the using snit and what's the other one? He scratches his wife's chin and kisses the dogs. Okay. Oh man.
Yeah, he totally nailed it.
Anyway,
I was literally in another snit when you texted me that I had to read this email. So
you had to read what email?
His.
Oh.
Like when it came in.
Yeah.
And you had read it, I guess it was yesterday. Yeah. And you're like, dude, you have to read his email. And I was right in the middle of a freak out about my notebook. So
your note.
I was like, he's totally nailed it because I was pissed.
All right, so he goes on to.
Oh, and Jimmy Fallon, I just read something that his what do you call it? His ratings are way down.
Yeah, I know. Like, you texted it.
Yes.
That's so mean-spirited, man. You don't want to ruin some dude's life.
I'm not ruining it. I'm just happy it's being ruined.
Okay.
What's that called? Schadenfreude?
Schadenfreude?
Schadenfreude.
Yeah, that's it. Schadenfreude. Yep. I didn't know your German was so good.
Well, it's a gift.
All right, so he does give his top 10 list. He says, P.S. Eddie says we all have a voice and should be heard. While discussing my Facebook post and calling me out for not including Bob O'Reilly in my top 5 cover songs, you forgot to read my top 10 list. I just want to mention that it was Brad that called you out. Brad B, not Brad L. Here it is in case you want to make it up to me. Of course we do. So here is Danny B's top 10 list. He has number 10, Hail Hail. Number 9, Faithful. Number 8, Rearview Mirror. Number 7, Indifference. Number 6, Inside Job. Number 5, I Am Mine. Number 4, Unthought Known. Number 3, Black. Number 2, Present Tense. And number 1, Given to Fly.
Yeah.
Another strong list.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Thanks for everything, Danny B, because that was a kick-ass email. So who you got next?
I have got an email from Dave Oman. He says, Bradlington's good day. This top 10 thing ain't easy. It's like picking your top 10 prettiest girls of all time, your top 10 quotes from The Big Lebowski, or your top 10 flavors of Ben & Jerry's. Some songs are always up there, some grow on you, and a few may even fade away. And perhaps more than anything, the songs that impact you the most are often the ones that you may associate with a particular period in your life. I'm sure if I did this 5 years ago, 5 years from now, or even tomorrow, my list would be different from what it is today. I totally agree with him. If the list were studio tracks in general, I'd consider such songs as Breath, Long Road, I Got Shit, and Undone. But the studio album criteria helps narrow the field. So without further pontification, here goes. Number 10, Who You Are. Number 9, Leash. 8, MFC. Number 7, Why Go. Number 6, In Hiding. Number 5, Rats. Number 4, Present Tense. Number 3, Unthought Known. Number 2, Love Boat Captain. And number 1, Brain of J. And he just says, peace, Dave. Yeah, he's got some good ones on there. He's kind of a rocker, it looks like.
Well, awesome. I've got an email with 2 top 10 lists, which is pretty cool.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. So this is from Wesley Fry. He says, hello, Brads. As always, thanks for the time and effort to put together the podcast. In the spirit of SPT, episode 16, see the below top 10 list for my father and I. And then he says, I await the criticism, which you're not going to get any, dude.
No, dude, no.
It's not like that. But I just want to say that that's awesome that he and his dad both have a top 10 list.
Yeah.
That he sent in cool. Both of them. So
yeah.
His dad, Greg, this is his list from 10 to 1. It's number 10 is Alive. Number 9 is Release. Number 8 is Breath. Number 7 is MFC. Number 6, Brain of J. Number 5, Faithful. Number 4, Love Boat Captain. Number 3, Present Tense. Number 2, God's Dice. And number 1, State of Love and Trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. State of Love and Trust is way high up there for me, too.
Yeah.
At times, it has been my number 1. And then Wes has his top 10 list. Number 10, Whipping. Number 9, WMA. Number 8, I Am Mine. Number 7, Given to Fly. Number 6, Porch. Number 5, Black. Number 4, In My Tree. Number 3, Indifference. Number 2, Alive. And number 1, Release. And he says, have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks, bud. Yeah, his definitely is he's definitely got some slow burn.
Yeah.
Action going on in his top 10 list, which is pretty cool. In My Tree, Release, Black, Given to Fly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it. Whipping. Man, it's crazy. Like, when we did our top 10, I think we both just kind of went off the top of our head. Mm-hmm. But since then, like, I've been listening to them and I'm like, damn, like,
right.
I like this song. Like, I didn't think about this certain song enough when we were doing our top 10. So it'd be hard to do this again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd be harder than the first time.
Yeah.
After hearing everyone else's list.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Brad, what you got next?
All right. I've got another Canadian, not named Jason this time. No, Canadian, Australian, whatever.
Oh, yeah. It's all the same, right?
I don't know. Yeah. If you're not in America, if you're not with us, you're against us.
That's so true.
Dun, dun, dun. Can you drop in like George Bush saying that?
Sure.
Or all right. Do you want us? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. Go ahead.
All right. Canada's own Dennis Sartor. Is that how you say it?
I would say Sartor, but yeah.
Sartor? Hi, guys. Just wanted to drop you a note to say how much I'm enjoying the podcast. I'm trying so hard not to do a terrible Canadian accent.
Oh, God, Brad.
I just wanted to drop you a note to say how much I'm enjoying the podcast and to thank you. I found out about it through, I don't know what this means. You might be able to tell me.
Okay.
I found out about it through Anne, and then he says 11/10 Instagram post. Oh, November 10th?
Yeah, November 10th.
I'm so fucking dumb.
Oh, Brad, I love you. You're like I don't know what you're like. You're like I don't know.
I've read this like 5 times since we got it, and I'm like, what is 11/10?
You're like a little.
Like, is that some like Instagram thing?
You're like an excited little puppy.
Like I thought it meant like it's such a great Instagram post.
Like an 11 out of 10?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I did not.
Moving
But
on.
is it November 10th or is it October 11th? How do they do it up there in the...
I think Canada, I think it's pretty much, well, definitely Britain does it the other way around, but
Oh, yeah.
I think Canada follows the same. Either way, it's fine. It's a date.
All right. I found out about it through an Instagram post from another Pearl Jam fan and have been working my way to catch up since. Currently halfway done episode 10, which was unplugged. My 2-hour daily commute has me listening to a lot of podcasts, but I can say Single Podcast Theory has been at the top of the list since I found it. Keep up the great work. The episode lengths are fine as well as the format, technical stuff and all. It's nice to hear regular guys, fans, talk about a favorite band of mine. Thanks again, Dennis Sartor, Canadian Pearl Jam fan.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you, Dennis.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
2
dude.
hours, dude. 2-hour commute.
Man, I feel like I listen to a lot of podcasts, but I only have like a 15-minute commute. So
Right.
damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a haul. All right, cool. We got one from YouTube from our friend the Cooge. We just call him the Cooge. Let's see. He says, "G'day, mates. Here's my top 10 studio album only favorites, not best list." He says, I forgot this. I'll have to do my voice. Pop open a cold beer and sit a spell. So he's got number 10, Corduroy. Number 9, Oceans. Number 8, Whipping. Number 7, Rear View Mirror. Number 6, Immortality. Number 5, Who You Are. Number 4, Elderly Woman. Number 3, Present Tense. Number 2, Given to Fly. And drumroll for Brad B. Number 1, Black.
Yeah. Cujo.
Yeah,
my
Cujo.
buddy. Cooge.
The Cooge. He says, Black, when dealing with my favorites, in my case, when dealing with my favorites, in my case, you usually get a lot more slow burners and introspective numbers with sentimental value and lyrics that shred your soul. My best songs list would look different, but these are my favorites as of right now. Definitely a lot of Sophie's choices, which makes for a fun and informative exercise. I didn't know how much I actually Do the Evolution until I sat down and crunched some numbers. Sincerely, the Cooge. Just another grunt in the Jeff Ament army. Thanks, Cooge.
Yeah.
Thanks for being one of our YouTube peeps, man. What you got next, man?
I'm going to read a quick message that was left on the board.
Cool.
On the porch from our old buddy Rummy.
Oh, Rummy.
Yeah. Always love hearing other fans' top 10 lists. Sure, sure. Some of your songs, the songs.
Hey,
God.
You know what? Why don't you just start over?
It's not me, dude. No offense, Rummy, but I think you skipped a word or two here.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to add them back in. Some of your songs are the songs. Okay, sure. Some of your. That's still.
Oh man!
Here, what he's trying to say is that some of our songs wouldn't come near to his own top 10.
Oh, okay. So he's saying they're very different.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's saying that his would be very 10 versus Vitology heavy.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I respect your choices and enjoyed hearing the reasoning behind them, especially for Parachutes. Kids will get you every time.
That's the truth, man.
And yes, indeed, Hail Hail is a beast. So
cool.
Yes, definitely. Thanks, Rummy.
Thanks, Rummy.
Sorry, I don't know who. Someone fucked up. I don't know if it was Rummy. It probably is me. I mean,
I'm dumb.
So,
bye, buddy.
Bye.
Hope you find your
I
dad.
was thinking the same thing.
Oh, the Norwal.
Oh God, talk about your kids.
I know, right?
Amanda watched that movie like 20 times.
I don't mind
every
it though.
Christmas.
Like,
I love it.
I love it. Still to this
fucking love
day,
it.
Aiden wants to
Yeah.
watch it when it gets to be this time of the year, and I'm like,
Oh, it's
Cool.
That's
I'm ready to pop some popcorn, put my soft clothes on, and sit on the couch.
yeah. That's definitely moved into the Christmas movie rotation.
Yeah, man.
So
thanks again, everyone, for your emails. We really, really appreciate it. You might have noticed, some of you that have written in, we haven't read your email yet, and that's because, like I said, we're trying to concentrate on getting through all the top 10s right now, and we'll kind of resume normal email sharing next week. So,
well, I'm going to read one more.
Oh, you got another one? Sorry, man.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right. I thought you were done.
Sorry to mess you.
It's cool. Glad we're so prepared today, bud.
I mean, we talked about it.
It's my fault.
Yes. Yeah.
Continue.
All right. Last email comes from none other than Jason Barker.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Brads. Blazer, you sound like a cuddly bear. In fact, sitting here, I wish I could have a Netflix, popcorn, and Brad/Brad cuddle fest.
Yeah, dude.
A Brad sandwich, if you will.
I will.
Okay, hold on. Before we hit Gay Town, I should disclose that I am severely heterosexual.
God.
Now that that's clear, let's get some blankets.
I'm down with it, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, I emailed him back and I said, it's not gay if we're both heterosexual. So let's do it.
I'm down. I love cuddling. I'm a cuddler, man.
Cool. Cuddle explosion?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude. Saturday.
I love
All right.
Barker's emails. Continue. Sorry.
Not really a Pearl Jam email. Should probably leave it out of the pod. Oh, well. All right. Thanks, Jason.
Just after I get done saying we're only going to concentrate on top 10s. And you're like, wait, dude, I got one more. That has nothing to do with anything. It's about me and you cuddling with a fan that we've never met. Sorry, I got to read this.
No, he does. He goes on. Whatever. He does go on.
Okay.
He says, what an ordeal. I can't imagine doing a top 10 and I won't try. Well, fuck you, man. Maybe a top 100. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My one is in my tree, but after that, it gets ridiculous. Oh, he's the one that put on Facebook the picture of Homer Simpson.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Doing like trigonometry, and then it says number 1 in my tree.
Yeah.
All right. Later, Jay.
That's killer. Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, another Jason. I don't think he's Canadian, though. He might be. God damn it, Australian. Never mind. I can't get my stupid jokes
Brad.
straight.
You need
I need to stop. I need to stop trying to be funny.
you just need to just take a breath. There you go, bud.
You know what? Hold on. I'm going to take the shirt off. I'm fucking hot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so leaving
All right.
that in.
I'm back.
Okay, cool.
Dude, it was so nice and cool in here when I first got home. And now I'm just like, oh, my God.
You can hear you stand up and just peel that shirt straight over your head. The full vertical peel away.
It's the Jason Brad sandwich that's getting me all hot and bothered.
There you go. It happens, man. It happens.
Oh, man. I can't wait.
All right. So now can we talk about...
I got one more real quick. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, I was like, Brad, you're killing me. We talked about this. All right, cool. Benaroya Hall, man.
Benaroya Hall.
Yeah, so this was October 22nd, 2003. It was a youth care benefit. And it was a limited edition quadruple vinyl that you could only get through the Tin Club. And they only pressed 2,000 of them. And they were each numbered by hand. Could you imagine having one of those?
Oh, dude.
I would
do you
love
know? I bet you don't know.
What?
That the Pearl Jam like vinyl collectors
Right.
are like insane
Sure.
over that thing. But I mean, it's probably among like the top 2 or 3 most sought after things. Like, cause I'm on like, I go on the porch and I'm on like the 10 Club Facebook page. And dude, those people are just nuts over that thing.
Yeah.
The vinyl one.
That and a first pressing of No Code. I found one. Me me and Clint, whenever we'd be on the road together, we'd try and stop by the vinyl shop in whatever town we're in, and
Right.
I can't remember where we were. It was somewhere northernish, like I don't know if it was East Coast, if it was like Ohio or something, but anyway, they had up on the wall back behind the counter, they had a first pressing like mint condition no code, and it was like, I was like, dude, I'm just gonna get it. I'm just gonna do it. And then I looked at the price tag, and it was like $300. I was like,
Yeah.
nope,
Holy crap. Yeah.
not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not today. But yeah, that'd be amazing to have one of those.
Yeah, they go for like $2,000 or $3,000.
I bet. I believe it, man.
The Benaroya Hall one.
2,000 of them and numbered by hand. Holy shit.
Yeah, and it's sold out like within 48 hours.
I would have thought it'd just be like a couple hours. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, it was a really kick-ass set.
Yeah.
It was a long set. And I loved it because probably most people feel this way, but the set list was, you got a lot of stuff that they've only played a few times. They kind of stuck to, with the exception of maybe something like Lucan, they kind of stuck to stuff that is naturally suited for like acoustic versions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously, you know, Mike played electric on a couple songs, but he never went nuts with it or anything.
Right.
As far as the tone or the sound, he went nuts as far as what he played. But
yeah.
but even something like a Ramones cover or something like that, you know, obviously they've reworked it to their own kind of version, and it works really great acoustic. But
Yeah, I mean, I've heard them do it like the fast version,
right?
And I think I prefer this one.
It's pretty fucking cool, man.
It's real, like obviously stripped down from the electric version, but it's just like the lyrical content kind of calls for like a slowed down version.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it just makes it sound more, I don't know, dramatic. Is that a good word for it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Here's a couple stats that I put together just as far as the rarity of some of these songs, and just keeping in mind that, you know, Pearl Jam they played over 1,000 shows. Let's see, and this is all from that Pearl Jam Stat Tracker app. Let's see what we got here. Fatal is only one of my, I know I've said it 1,000 times, one of my favorite Pearl Jam songs. It's only been played 6 times. Around the Bend has only been played 12 times. All or None only 15 times. Parting Ways 24 times. Can't Keep 25 times. The next couple sound like a lot, but when you put it in context of over 1,000 shows, it's not very many.
Right. This was God, 14 years ago.
Yeah, right.
So you're the numbers you have
bigger than what actually at the time. Let's see. Sleight of Hand and Man of the Hour both 49 times. Dead Man 15 times, Down 89 times. That's the highest number. And then the Shel Silverstein, Johnny Cash version, 25 Minutes to Go has only been played 3 times.
Yeah, and I want to say that 25 Minutes to Go and Man of the Hour and Fatal, this was the first time they played those 3 songs.
It makes sense.
At the show.
2003, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think Lost Dogs hadn't even come out yet.
Mm-mm.
I think it came out a few months afterwards. This show.
Yeah.
And Man of the Hour was written for
Big Fish.
What's his name?
Tim Burton.
Is it Tim Burton?
Dude, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we're going to move on because we'll talk about that for 30 minutes. Really? You don't like that movie?
No.
Man, I cried. Anyway.
I mean, I get that. I haven't I watched it once. I watched it when it first came out, and I did not like it. It seemed to me just like, I hate anything that's like silly just to be silly.
Right.
And it seemed like that character was just silly for no reason other than like, oh, look how silly I am. I'm Tim Burton.
I gotcha.
But that's just me. Maybe I'll watch it again. But I love Man of the Hour.
It's such a good song, man.
Like, yeah, dude. Yeah, totally.
Well, it's pretty cool, man. It's like it's like a best of opening songs or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, right off the bat, you've got in order Of the Girl, Low Light, Thumbing My Way, Thin Air, and then Fatal. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those like first 5 that I'd be like, okay, you don't even. I mean, if they said, "All right, we're done," I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But then they just go on and on. I mean, that version of Immortality is so fucking good.
Yeah. Well, Low Light seems like it was even slowed down even more than like the record version.
Yeah,
like
maybe a little bit.
He really sings those lyrics like I don't know, just slowed down. Which, and you know, they're like so known for speeding up when they play live, you know.
Yeah.
And obviously this is an acoustic thing. They're not going to speed up, but man, that I don't know. Low Light just kind of struck me as like even slower than normal, which is cool.
It's funny, man, because I love that song.
Yeah.
It's all for a long time been one of, I mean, obviously it's not in my top 10, but I love that song. Anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't like it at the beginning. Like, to me, that's a chill song that you would put somewhere in the middle of a set to kind of like, I don't know, reset after like a really fast one or something.
Yeah.
Because to me, when I'm looking at that list, if you had taken that out, Of the Girl into Thumbing My Way into Thin Air into Fatal into Nothing As It Seems, and then maybe Low Light or something, man, that would have just been a fucking barn burner.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever. I'm being super picky because I do love that song.
Well, it was only the 4th time they had played it up to that point.
Yeah, I guess I also have to keep in mind that this was 2003. So
that's what I was gonna say. So it wasn't, you know, that's from Yield, right?
Yeah.
So Yield, you know, at the time was only like 5 years old.
Sure.
So
that's true. Man, I know that we both have to have this in our notes, and I'm going to play a clip, but man, Stone shits the bed on Thin Air. And I love that it's the only part of the song that he's like by himself, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he just sits there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, Eddie kind of looks at him, you know, and just like, all right.
He makes a comment after that song. I can't remember what it made me laugh, though. I can't remember what he said, but
he says something about you'd have to put it in here, but something about making mistakes at this place. Like you can't make a mistake at Benaroya Hall because they're gonna know.
Right.
So something like that.
There's a few of fun little kind of in between song moments. I felt like.
Oh, you know what I noticed though? At the end of the song, before Eddie says that, he plays his fuck up. He plays it correctly, like for
Stone
himself.
Does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's real, you can't really hear it that well, but it's in there.
I'm sure
like
you hear him crazy.
Exactly. You hear him kind of like play it real quick after the song has just ended, and the cymbals are still kind of.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that. I noticed that. Yeah.
And then Eddie says what he says. So I thought that was kind of cool. That's like me. I would be like super anal about that. Like I have to get this out, even though it's already over. You know?
Yeah, and like you don't even care if anyone else hears that you got it right. Like for yourself, you have to know that you can still play the song that you wrote.
Right.
You know? That version of Fatal is kick ass.
Oh yeah.
Well, Man of the Hour is one of the highlights for me on this set. I did that kind of back to back of Man of the Hour into Immortality, and then into Off He Goes, and then in around the bend. Those four together, pretty special.
Yeah. Well, it's, overall, the crowd seems very quiet up until Off He Goes. Like, after Off He Goes, people start, like, cheering and yelling and stuff. This show, like, overall was, like, the crowd was, like, nuts. You know what I mean? Like, they're hooping and hollering and, like, in between songs, like, just, shouting out song titles and stuff. And it's, I don't know. It's because of that, it makes it such a special show.
Yeah. Hometown show, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And for charity. So that's always a plus, but
yeah.
Let me count it.
Yeah. What is it? Youth care?
Youth care. Yeah.
I wrote it down here. Youth care. They provide shelter for local homeless and at-risk kids. And I think they're still going strong. I want to say Eddie talked about them again. I just listened to a bootleg from Seattle, and I think it's either 2014 or 2016. It's like the last show. I don't know if we talked about this. It's like the last show of the tour of North America is in Seattle, and it's a crazy good show. I mean, the band is fucking on fire, and but I think he talks about the youth care again, and this is, like I said, like last couple of years.
You gotta hook me up with that show.
Yeah.
Well, and then because there's another moment. So Around the Bend finishes, and then Ed tells a story about getting approached earlier in the day by someone. I mean, he's not 100% clear about what it is, but here we'll just play the clip for you. But
yeah.
Something really bizarre happened when one of the ushers, an hour before we played, or 2 hours before we played, said, "There's somebody. Is your name Ed?" And yeah, and there's somebody who wants to talk to you. And yeah, and I thought it was this other guy called Rob that I wanted to talk to, and then it was a guy in an overcoat and just an older guy. I thought maybe somebody was working with the organization here. And then he asked me if I was who I was, and I was thinking that no, I'm not, probably, but anyways. But then he said, "I'm from." Well, he tried to serve me some papers, like legal papers. You come to play a benefit, and somebody tries to serve you legal papers. This is the most punk-ass motherfucking move I've ever heard of. It's fucking ridiculous. Somebody who thinks they invented bootlegs before, just something. But it just makes you crazy sometimes. You try to do some good things and they still just desecrate your hope and just.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty funny the way he handled it.
Yeah, if anyone knows what that was all about, I would be interested in that. He does jokingly say something about someone who thinks they invented bootlegs.
Right, I'm sure it was some sort of whether it's copyright, whether it's some type of licensing or something, because they were a few years into releasing all these bootlegs.
Right. Yeah, and 2000 and then 2003. That I just wonder what it was.
Yeah.
But why would they? I mean, again, this is why I want to know. Why would they serve him and not like management or Sony? You know what I mean?
Well, because a lot of these people, and I've had, I guess, the unfortunate opportunity to witness this happening to friends and people I know that are, I guess, of notoriety or whatever, and it really, man, getting to be a known person really changes a lot of things in your life that you don't think about. It's not just about can you go to the grocery store or whatever. You're getting sued constantly. And I knew this one guy, he was main songwriter in a pretty big band and got in a fender bender. And then as soon as they found out who he was, they went for it.
Fucking saw dollar signs. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just,
sue everybody.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm sure they get shit like that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they do I Believe in Miracles, and I think I had forgotten, even though I've listened to this show 1,000 times, that they do Sleight of Hand.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
I loved hearing it live. I think I like it better live than even on the record. I mean, I love the record, but or maybe it was just because it was that's got to be such a weird song to pull off. I mean, the verses, the time signature in the verses is 5/4, and so it's like, but the way they do it, there's some like really typical ways you can play a 5/4 groove that don't necessarily, like, unless you're counting it, don't necessarily come off as a different time signature. They can still feel pretty natural, but the way in which they phrase the 5/4 time signature especially between the drums and the bass,
that's what I was
makes
gonna say.
it feel really weird.
It kicks off with those two the snare notes, right?
Yeah,
that's like how it starts.
Which is, if you count, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're in 1 instead of 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's bizarre.
I could probably never play that song. I'd be totally off.
Well, and I think what Jeff is doing, this like descending thing. I'm just coming up with this right now. I haven't actually sat down to count it out, but I think he's just hitting the 4, 5 of each bar. 1, 2, 3, gung, gung. 1, 2, 3, gung, gung. But then Matt, in typical bass player drummer relationships, the kick and the bass player on some level kind of lock in together, but they don't. They're playing kind of like two different parts in the same time signature, but it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it's just the way they all make that fit together is pretty amazing. So it was nice to see that live, especially in a stripped down kind of chill way.
Now, were you watching the bootleg on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was too. I don't think I've ever watched that before. I had the CD like since it came out.
Yeah.
And I don't think I know I didn't, because what surprised me was Eddie's blonde hair.
I was just about to say something about that.
I was just like, well, I've seen pictures over the years. There's one or two like famous pictures of him in that era. But holy crap, when the lights come up, I'm like, whoa, look at that hair.
Dude.
But I think, I don't know. Again, going back to Unplugged, like, I'm just in love with that dude. Like, even with short blonde hair, I'm like, man, look at that hair.
Yeah, man.
With all
the dark brown roots underneath, and
yeah, Eddie's so fucking cool, man.
He's pretty fucking cool. Man, I love that they did Lucan.
Yeah.
Just kind of like when they're up in what's the name of the Italy documentary?
Imagine in
Cornice. When him and Mike go up, at the top of the venue or whatever, and play Lucan acoustic or whatever.
Right.
I fucking love that song.
Yeah.
Why'd you go? Oh,
because it's Italy. Italian.
Yeah, I know.
Italians.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean? I'm confused.
Like, let's go play Lucan.
Oh my God, Brad. Oh my God. That was supposed to be your Italian reference? Oh!
Yeah. I want to go to Italy, play some songs.
It's a Mario. Oh, God.
I'm Kate Cotton. I'm from New York.
Oh, bud. I don't think... Well, I guess you're right. I've never heard her voice before, so...
Oh, God. I hope she's got, like, super thick New York accent.
Well, what are we talking
like
here?
The nanny. What if she's like the nanny?
Like Fran Drescher?
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
Or like who's that comedian, that older comedian that just passed away in the last couple of years?
Older comedian that passed away.
Yeah, female.
I don't know.
Joan.
Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
So do you think since we've completely derailed this episode to talk about Kate's possible accents, are we talking Brooklyn accent? Are we talking Queens? Are we talking the Bronx?
That's all New York. They're all the same.
That's not true. Come on. And then you've got upstate New York. A bunch of my best friends are from upstate New York. That's a completely different accent.
She's from New York City, though, right?
Well, she lives there. Doesn't mean she's from there. Most people that live in New York City aren't from New York City. It's a bunch of transplants.
All right.
Do you doubt me on this?
No, I don't doubt you.
Okay.
All fucking New Yorkers are in Florida.
Just during the summer. I mean, the winter. Sorry. Anyway, let's get back to this show.
Benaroya Hall.
Yeah.
All right.
See, I wish I had written it down. I can't remember where this happens, but when he makes fun of Mike for mishearing the Kiss lyrics.
It's yeah.
I can't remember what song that's after, but
it's right after Lucan. I wrote it down.
Oh, it is after Lucan? Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I didn't. Why did he bring it up? Did he fuck up the lyrics to Lucan? I'll have to go back and listen.
We'll play a clip.
Yeah. Okay.
The funniest misinterpretation of a lyric I've ever heard was Mike McCready thinking that Kiss, I want to roll, I want to rock and roll all night and part of every day.
Haha, that was awesome.
Wait,
I love that clip.
Really?
It's so funny
Man.
when he says the stuff about Mike McCready and Kiss.
You just really sold that transition, bud. That seemed really authentic. Have you been taking acting classes?
Yeah, dude.
Man. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then we got Parting Ways. I just feel like I'm going to go through this list and be like, song whatever. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was so good, stripped down and slow.
And some of them were okay. Like, can we talk about this? What in the actual fuck was going on between Stone and Mike during Masters of War?
Oh, they kind of flubbed it.
They kind of flubbed half the song, which is amazing to me because I know like Eddie normally.
Oh, I'll tell you why. Because this was some research.
Oh,
the band had never played that song together. This was the first time it was like
normally
not
it's Eddie.
It's usually Eddie or Eddie and Mike, but this was the first time it was all of them playing it together.
But it wasn't. It was just the three of them. Well, Matt and Jeff weren't there.
Yeah. Well, the three of them then. Stone. It was Stone. It wasn't Eddie.
Well, no, Eddie didn't fuck it up. He saved it.
I'm making a joke about Eddie saying it was never me.
Oh, gotcha.
If anybody, it was Stone.
What was that from? Is that Single Video
Theory? Oh man.
No. At one point, he kind of like keeps kind of like shooting Stone a look, and at one point he kind of makes this dramatic like gesture with his hand that you can, unless you know what it's like to be on stage, I think, and have everything just right at the verge of fucking falling apart, and you don't want to make it obvious to absolutely everybody. And he just kind of like looked at him like, okay, you guys need to stop and regroup for a second. And he stopped singing the lyric.
To let them like catch up.
And then he kind of did a pickup lyric into the next section, and they came back in with him, and then they fell apart again.
Yeah.
It's like, what in the fuck is happening right now?
Have you ever played that song?
Yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with it.
It's like 3 chords. I mean, it's a fucking Bob Dylan song. Bob Dylan didn't do too many like complicated guitar parts, you know? I'm not saying he's a shit player. I just mean...
Are they playing the same part? Or is one guy playing one thing and the other one's playing another?
I don't know. I heard maybe... like, do your dogs know? Could you maybe ask them if they know?
They're trying to tell me.
Oh my God. You need to get like a shot collar for him.
Oh,
Not a
God.
shot caller, because that would be
Amanda
cruel.
yeah. I've thought about it, but Amanda would kill me.
No, there's got to be some
Oh,
sort of like,
Don't they have one that just sends off like a little noise?
yeah, or maybe some sort of like a little squirt of bad smelling something, like just a little,
Yeah.
some sort of barking cessation tool, you know?
I
That's humane.
mean, I might get shit for this, but I was like, well, what about a muzzle? Just can we get a muzzle? Oh my God. They looked at me like
You're a
like-
monster.
I was like, yeah, can't we just,
You're a fucking monster. Why would you muzzle your dogs at the house?
So the show sounds good.
Oh, you mean do that during the show? No,
Well-
no. It's fine. It's just dogs barking, man.
All right. Well,
I'm calling PETA on your ass.
yeah.
JK, LOL. Yeah, so they totally
think-
shit the bed on Masters of War, which sucks because I
Yeah.
fucking love that song.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I'll tell you this. They played it at Wrigley
yeah.
last year, and it's fucking amazing.
Was that night 1 or 2? Do you remember?
I want to say they played it both nights.
Oh, really?
I think. But what I was going to say is that they also played Let Me Sleep, and Mike completely fucked it up.
Oh, really?
And it was just Stone and Mike and Eddie.
What did he
And
do? Was he like
he
playing in
just-
the wrong key or what?
He's just, yeah. I'm not a guitar player, so I can't tell you, but it sounded like atrocious. But number one, he was like head back, eyes rolled back in the back of his head, going for it.
Right.
And I looked at Stone and Eddie, and they're like looking at Mike, and then they both like look back at each other and like shrug their shoulders and keep going.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do?
And it was like it was just such a funny thing that like I'm so glad I caught that. You know what I mean? Like you don't see stuff like that all the time.
Sure.
And it was just so funny to see them like, all right, like yeah, let's power through this. And Mike's just strumming away the wrong notes
Wrong
or whatever.
fucking chords, just going
Yeah.
for it. Well, that's...
And the bad thing is apparently they fixed it on the bootlegs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody was talking about it, I think on the board, saying that like I don't remember it sounding that good. Like they fixed it because it was bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense because
But-
they don't tend to really fix things for bootlegs.
I
you
know. I was like, fuck it, leave it like that, you know.
Yeah.
But it was pretty bad. So
Well, so was.
oh, you know, you could whatever.
What?
I was gonna say you could drop in. I've got a bootleg. I've got an audience bootleg of Wrigley.
Sure, bud. Just give
So
me
it's-
more to
it's-
edit. Just bring it on. Just bring it
Okay.
on. I'm just kidding. Yeah, totally. Send it to me. I'll do it. I'm an edit.
Oh man, did you hear
machine.
that?
No.
Did you hear how horrible he sounds right there?
Yeah.
Man, that was crazy,
You call
right,
yourself
Brad?
a professional? Oh, God. Anything else, Brad?
No. Well, what do you mean?
I think so. There's many montages that I look for because I have all of the source material. I have everything that you and I kind of ramble about for 30 minutes, while we're recording before we start
Right.
the episode, and everything
Yeah.
that happens after we say goodbye. And I've got ideas for many Brad B. montages that are going to come in the future, and one of them is just you interrupt me all the time.
I have to, or I won't fucking get a
I
word
knew
in
you were going to
edgewise.
say that. I knew it. Just kidding, but you do interrupt me all the time. Your laughter, which might be my favorite part of the show.
Oh,
Talk about a big old teddy bear. That's you, my friend. Just a jolly, giggly teddy bear. What'd you think about just going straight back to it now? What'd you?
yeah. Let's
what
go.
about
Black. Fucking awesome.
Well, that's not what I was going to go to, but
What? Well, what was next?
well, we didn't talk about Eddie doing "Can't Keep" solo on the uke.
yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I thought it was pretty cool. Anyway,
I mean, yeah, it's good. It's all right.
just
Dead Man's fucking awesome.
yeah, that was great.
I love that
I think the
song.
thing for me about the "Can't Keep" thing is that that's I think that's a great album opener. And it's so drum heavy and everything on the record, and like electric guitars, and it's vibey or whatever. Just to hear him just doing that song on a uke was just I liked that kind of. That's probably how he wrote it, but liked hearing that take on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll leave it alone though, since you don't like it.
Oh, dude, look, you can like whatever you want.
Well, thanks, bud.
I'm not gonna give you shit.
Yeah, Dead Man was killer.
Yeah.
Are you a Crazy Mary fan?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just have to ask
love
with
it.
you, man. I just never know what I'm going to get.
I didn't love it, 20 years ago when I first heard it, but it's totally grown on me. And especially the last, few years with Boom solo.
Yeah.
Is
That's
nuts.
true. That's kind because I was going to say it's totally grown off of me.
Really?
No, I still love the song. It's not
Yeah.
that. It's just that I think when it first came out, I was still in that phase. Not that I'm not still, but I was at the age where I was just like finding everything I could and wearing it out as far as Pearl Jam goes. You know, when it's like, I guess I still do the same thing, but it's just different when you're younger and it's newer and it's whatever. It's
And
fresh, but
Yeah. Part of my thing is that song kind of escaped me. Like I didn't really know about it when it first came out.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would only hear it here and there. But like I said, now it's awesome. It's the live thing, dude. It's Boom's whole thing, and that's when Eddie comes out and pours wine for people.
Right.
It's a whole thing,
Absolutely, yeah.
But when I first had heard it, I was just kind of like, this is a little too like sing-songy. I don't know what genre you would call.
It's a little folkier.
Yeah, folky.
I mean, it's a Victoria Williams song, which
Yeah.
makes sense. And
right.
yeah. I just was curious. We had never talked about that song before, so
Yeah. No, I like it a lot.
well, then I love because I'm a huge Johnny Cash fan, and actually a Shel Silverstein fan. But so hearing them do Johnny Cash's version of 25 Minutes to Go was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. I had never heard that song before.
Oh yeah,
I'm not the huge Johnny Cash fan that you are.
right.
But I love it. It's just fun.
Yeah,
it's just fucking fun.
Kind of like a novelty type,
Right. Yeah.
boy named Sue type song or whatever.
Right.
And then Daughter, man.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool. I'm usually kind of, I could take it or leave it live. I don't know why I feel that way because I think it's a fucking killer song, but
The Daughter to me live is like how do you say this? Kind of like a cupcake. And
how you
have
say like
How
a
do you-
cupcake?
oh, you have to eat the bottom of the cupcake
Okay.
to get to like the dry bottom, part. You have to eat that, which it kind of tastes okay. It's like vanilla flavored, but then you get to the top of the cupcake, and that's the tag of Daughter. Like whatever they tag Daughter with is fucking awesome.
Yeah, like
So you have to get through the song you've heard a million times that you still kind of like. Like I like Daughter, but I don't like love it. But I know something's coming. Maybe It's Okay.
man, that
Maybe.
was a really complicated analogy for all you had to say is the meat of the song is the vegetables and the tag is the dessert, but you went into this whole fucking I mean, what a really complicated solution to a non-existent problem. You know?
Does it make sense though? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I totally get what you're saying.
Because I mean, they tag this with "You Gotta Hide Your Love Away,"
Sure.
a Beatles song.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
So,
No,
and
I'm
I don't
with you.
even like, I don't like Pink Floyd, but when they tag it with "Another Brick in the Wall," it's like, yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So
I don't like Pink Floyd. Okay. Then your beloved Encore.
yeah. What do you call it?
I was just trying to remember. I just off the cuff, I called it. What did I call it the other day?
Oh, you were just joking?
What? What do you mean I was just joking?
When you called it that, you're like, that's what I call it.
Oh yeah,
That was like
I've
the
never
first
said
time
it.
you called it that?
Yeah. What did I call it?
I thought that's what you have called it for like 20 years.
No. What did I call it? Poo poo better.
Poo poo. Yeah, poo better.
I'm so dumb. God.
Oh man. Well, this song, as much as you don't like it,
It's not that I don't
It's-
like it.
I mean, it's
Go ahead.
just,
God, we sound like an old
Like-
married couple.
I know. It's like their way of like saying goodbye, because they always end with that song. Like 99% of the live shows, that's like how they're going to say goodbye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the unspoken, like, we love you. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Okay.
Dear.
What
That's
was
it.
that?
That's the beginning of Yellow Ledbetter.
What was that again? How does it go?
Dear. Something like that. Isn't that how it goes? How does it go?
Okay. Now let me really wow you with my vocal stylings.
Yes. All right. I'm listening.
You ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Bow, bow, wow. Bow, bow, bow. I might have just started singing Little Wing. I
That's
don't know.
what I did. That sounds exactly what I said. I did.
No.
Dear.
It's not. Anyway.
But they turn the house lights on in the whole place. The band has come back out. They've been sitting for the whole show.
Sure.
They come back out, well, and they're all standing.
Right.
And it's awesome.
No, I get it, man. Yeah.
And the dude recording, can we talk about this real quick?
Sure.
The guy recording, I think, was on like acid or something, because the camera is like recording and then just like floats away to the top of the ceiling.
He was just getting lost in
you
the
see-
music, man.
I guess so. You see, like, in the very bottom left corner, you see like half of Matt's head just kind of bobbing as he's playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it comes back, you know?
Well,
But like throughout the whole bootleg, he just like, I don't know. But apparently it looks like it's like super pirated, because when he like,
are you talking about
it's
the
just
YouTube
like
version?
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
the bootleg video.
Well, I mean, he probably just,
Plus this-
he was just getting lost in the mumbly vocal stylings of Eddie Vedder.
I'm not talking about Yellow Ledbetter. I'm
Oh.
talking about the entire show.
Oh, gotcha.
No, I'm not talking about that one song. The whole time, like every once in a while, the camera just floats away. Now, this is before smartphones,
Sure.
and I don't know. It's like at one point, it's like I don't know. It's like there's a God damn it, dude. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Really?
Uh,
Well, wait, what does smartphones have to do with it?
like he recorded it with some kind of actual video camera.
Sure, yeah.
So I don't know if that makes a difference in the quality of the bootleg.
Well,
Curtains. It's like there's curtains in front of the camera. And every once in a while he like pulls them back. So I don't know if it might be a woman like holding a camera in a purse. You know what I'm saying?
man, you have Man, you really fucking thought about this.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, but
every.
I'm man. You left me in the dust, man. You've reached another dimension.
Anyway, well, I think so.
Gonna go rewatch it and look for look for the curtains
at the very end.
Okay, I'll check it out.
And when she like zooms way out, and you can see the whole place because they put all the lights on, and you can see like the like balconies on the sides. It's pretty cool looking.
That's
in there.
A cool theater, man. Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like, it's kind of like, and maybe it's the angle of the camera, but it looks like they're playing at a high school. Like, there's not really anything special about the stage.
Yeah.
Matt's not up on a drum riser. He's just on the floor. You know what I'm saying? It just looked like high school.
Like a high school talent show or something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a benefit. They're doing a strip down set. You know, it's like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because a full crew for lighting and all. I mean, you're spending shit tons of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's a kick-ass.
Hey, we actually skipped a song.
Well, we weren't doing track by track, but which one?
Well, Black.
Oh, well, that's your favorite song, so talk away.
Yeah, but dude, I mean,
that's a great
you
version
have
of
to.
It, dude.
It's insane. Yeah. When Eddie hands the mic over to the crowd for the end part, the bridge. Yeah. I guess is that the bridge?
I know someday you'll have a beautiful life.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking incredible.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's just beautiful to hear.
It's a fucking
the crowd
powerful
singing
song, man.
Yeah, but I haven't heard. I mean, the crowd always sings that part with him.
Sure,
but in that version, in that hall, holy shit!
Well, you
dude.
don't have a huge PA and guitar amp stacks to like cover up the. Yeah, it's like
and it's not 20,000 people; it's like 2,000. Right. So it's I don't know, dude. It's just. It's how do you say it? Ethereal? It's ethereal.
It is so ethereal. So ethereal, dude.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bruh.
But yeah, Mike Solo is fucking crazy awesome. And he's sitting down.
Yeah, man. He jammed sitting down the whole time. I love it.
Yeah.
Man.
It's that's one of the best versions ever of Black. It's up there with Oceans from Unplugged.
Yeah, it's a great version.
And you know what else?
What?
It's the only... Think about this. Because this is crazy. It's the only song from 10.
I know, man. No even flow, no live, no release.
No release, no Oceans. Like, holy shit.
See, but I'm kind of thankful for that because they play those songs all the time. Oh, yeah.
No, dude. What's that?
They play those songs all the time.
I know. It's cool. I'm just saying it's mind blowing.
Yeah, right.
That they didn't play any of those songs. I mean, like you said earlier, like the set list is very like amenable to an unplugged performance.
Right.
So release, come on, Oceans, those are like perfect.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it.
Right, yeah. No, and I'm not saying that you have a problem with that. I'm just saying like that's got to be part of it is that of the kind of quote unquote chill songs, like they play those songs all the time. They, like I was reading that list earlier, like they never play Fatal. They never play, some like 25 minutes to go. They never play Around the Bend,
Yeah.
So it's a cool opportunity as a fan to get to hear that stuff too,
I think when I was reading about Jeff did a Q&A about the Redux 10 Redux.
Yeah.
And it, the Unplugged comes with that, and they were talking about that, and he mentions like they were one of the first ones to do it. Right. And like Alice in Chains and Nirvana, they had some time, and you could tell that they put some work into those. Yeah. And I mean, if you look at Nirvana, that set list is pretty nuts.
It's nuts.
And I wonder.
Well, and all the time they had to prep for it too. I mean,
right. So I wonder if that was kind of. I wonder if that had a little to do with how they planned out this set list.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Not wanting to repeat stuff, and they had such. I mean, their catalog is so much. It's 11 years later. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Their catalog had grown so much. Oh man. All right, cool. Well, good episode, my friend. That was a fun one.
Yeah, man.
I hadn't listened or watched that in a while, so it was nice to kind of knock the dust off that one and relive it.
I've listened to it. I have listened to it lately in the past 3 or 4 months, but watching it was really cool. Even though that guy's recording is a little like,
well, it's 2003. Man. What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah, but.
Well, thanks again to everyone for listening. We just want to remind you guys that if you want to email us, feel free. It's singlepodcasttheory@gmail.com, Instagram @singlepodcasttheory, Tweeters, it's @Pearl Jam Podcast. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Reddit, the Pearl Jam forums, Under the Porch. Yeah, that's it. So Brad and I are making a little trip to Nashville. And you guys will get to hear the result of that very, very soon, I think. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You got anything else, bud?
I don't.
All right. Well, I'm glad you got to get your giggles out.
Yeah, man.
Just loosen up a little bit after a long day of work.
Oh, God.
Because I needed it too. So
yeah, good.
Thanks, man. All right. And thank you to all the listeners, and we will see you guys next week. I'm Brad Lyons.
And I'm Brad Blazek.
See you later.
Bye.
I died and you just I died and you watched. I died and you walked by and said no. I'm dead.
That was fine. Fuck yeah.